the most meaningful lessons I've learned during my high school experience have been knowing how to ask for help. And we learned really clearly, really soon after I joined the school, that one of the things that the teachers try to really bring forth during our time here is how to advocate for yourself. And I have learned how to advocate for myself on multiple different levels. You know, when you're out in the world after high school, your teachers aren't going to advocate for you. You have to advocate for yourself. And that is a huge lesson that I've learned.
One of the most meaningful lessons I've learned at attending PWHS is how to be a good person, honestly. How to be a responsible and knowledgeable human. I feel a lot of education in the world today is about how to take tests, how to follow rules, and how to fit into this ideal human that no one really fits into. And Waldorf breaks that barrier and says, be who you want to be. Here's how to be a good person in the world, and here's how to feel confident in the things that you love. And that's the thing, is I never felt like I needed to be someone they wanted me to be. I got to be who I wanted to be, and it was amazing. And I never felt that pressure of you need to be this type of person. I find that a lot of people around my age are struggling with their identity and who they are because they've been told who they are their whole life, where I feel like I've been spending my life finding who I am and being encouraged and positively reinforced by the things that I love doing. So that I think is one of the most special and I think the most important feeling and meaningful lesson.
I think something that people don't really understand about the Waldorf High School experience is that, at least from my perspective, I've gone to Waldorf my whole life, but jumping from 8th grade to 9th grade and starting in high school is a big difference. In the lower grades, it's a lot more, there's a lot less pressure academically. And for me, going to high school was a huge transition. There was, it's just a lot more academically demanding than I think people realize, and not in a bad way at all. I think that people don't really take Waldorf seriously sometimes. And so I would say that, it is a education that has a real intention, and everything that is presented for a reason.
I think that a lot of people see Waldorf as this little artsy-fartsy school that's kind of like, based for like kindergartners through like maybe 4th graders. Like they come and visit a Waldorf school and they go to the kindergarten and the pre-K, and they see all these like silks and wool and all this stuff that's like soft and welcoming, and like they're like, yeah, this is great for like a little kid who like doesn't necessarily need to learn the alphabet yet, or like maths, or like all that kind of stuff. And I think that they don't quite understand that in 9th grade there's this huge shift that happens. Like there's still like that like welcoming support that's there. Like maybe it's not the silks and wool, but it's like the teachers and students who are like, hey, let me help you out with this. I think that a lot of parents are like, oh, my kid's not going to be able to grow and be ready for college here. Like, I was surprised, because I kind of had that in my mind too, where I was like, oh, am I going to be ready to go to like a college where there's going to be all these crazy courses, these professors who expect me to write these big long papers, And I think that I really started to take off in my learning. And I think that that's something that parents need and students need to be aware of, that there's a lot that Waldorf can provide in learning and in community.
So the connection that I have had with my teachers has made all the difference. There could be, a class that I wasn't, really that good at, or that I didn't feel passionate about. But if the teacher was passionate about it, and if the teacher, explained the importance of, why I was taking that class, I was okay. Like, I didn't have to, drudge along too much wondering like, why I was doing what I was doing. And so I think that that is maybe something that people don't always get to experience in school or in high school. And one of my favorite things about this school is that we really have a personal connection with the teachers. We have conversations with them at lunch. If I have like a common interest with another teacher, like with my music teacher, and I've gone on tangents with teachers about subjects that we're both passionate about, and I think that that makes all the difference in making your learning experience interesting and engaging, and that is something that I wish everyone could experience as well.